Tell me when. Everybody ready?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, we're excited that for our first game, being here at home, playing South Carolina State. They got a legendary coach. I think he's been there for 20 years, winningest coach in school history. You look at them last year, they won 6 out of the last 7 games. They won the Celebration Bowl. They beat Jackson State handily. They were playing their best ball late. They got most of their guys back, I think 9 on offense, 9 on defense. So we know we're going to get their best shot. Our guys are excited, obviously being the first game. I'm excited to watch our guys. And we've got, I've said this a lot of times, most of our guys back from last year, a lot of transfers and some freshmen that can really play. So we're excited to watch these guys in the first game, see how we respond, to playing another opponent. Questions?
As coach, when you haven't played a game yet, what kind of concerns you the most when you haven't gone against a live opponent?
Yeah, I think it's just the unknown of a new team, but the good thing is the foundation of our team is back from last year, that we went through a lot of adversity. So we should handle ourselves the right way, whether it's adversity, success, and all that. But that's the first game is always, you learn about your team, a lot about your team, the first game. And so that's really what I'm looking forward to.
Just released your first step prior to the season. Talked about some of those battles, linebacker, return. How do you feel like some of those positions panned out for you?
Yeah, I mean that's the guys have earned everything they've got. And the guys that you've seen up there, they've earned that in different situations, whether it's scrimmages or practices and all that. And that doesn't mean there'll be some guys that will keep trending upward. There's a lot of guys down on that list that I think will help us before the end of the year. They keep trending upward, and so that's how we're going about this first game.
Coach, in the name of learning stuff through this being the first game live and all this stuff, if everything goes according to plan in the game, what's the likelihood we'll see other players that are deeper on the depth chart? Like let's say your Mikey Keens, your Castellanos, your Jordan McDonald's. How much time would you suggest they might be getting if things go well in the game? Obviously, the win's most important. Sure.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, we're thinking about winning the game. I don't go there in my mind. I don't care who we're playing. So we've got to play good football. We've got to play good, clean, hard-nosed football. Our first offense, second, our first defense, special teams, and all that. We'll cross that bridge if that presents itself any game. But we're planning on putting our best foot forward in this first game.
Coming off the injury that he had, what do you expect to see from R.J. Harvey?
Yeah, RJ, he's gotten better every time he's practiced. He got a big bulk with the load, the last scrimmage. Just get more confidence with that knee. But our running back room is deep. I think everybody knows that. We got a lot of confidence. And I know they only got 3 or 4 guys on there, but I think we got 6 running backs that can help.
You have a couple of your transfer tackles earn starting jobs with Grable and Swoboda. What did you see from those guys for them to earn starting roles?
Yeah, they both have done a really good job. Paul Rubel, he's a guy that's in the mix too. We feel like we got 3 tackles that can really play, so that's really good. But both those guys earned it. They fit in really good with our team, true team guys, and that offensive line. Really the continuity you can see every day in practice. Them, getting better and closer and all that. But there's nothing like this first game. That's what I'm excited to see. I told them up front the thing I'm looking forward most is see how up front. How we do this first game.
Xavier Townsend is a guy that's listed here a couple times. How versatile can he be for you as a freshman?
Yeah, we knew when we recruited him, we thought he was a special talent, and it's so important to him. And as a true freshman, he's battled a little bit of a hamstring and all that, but it's very important to him the way he's responded. He's a very talented young man. It's important to him, and I think he'll get better and better each game.
Linebacking core was a focus during the offseason going into the game here. What would you like to see them do during the game to kind of, learn more, or what's kind of a success look like?
I think it's more of experience, just playing with their teammates and, playing with the defensive line and the fits and everything that goes with it, playing with the secondary. It all works together on defense. And so, got a lot of new faces, which we all knew that. We had to have guys, and we had Jeremiah back, and that was really about it. And so Jeremiah's had a really good fall camp. I think he's in a good spot to lead. But we got some talented guys. It's just a matter of experience for them.
In terms of what you can expect and from effort and whatnot from your team, how much more comfortable do you feel heading into this opener as opposed to last year?
Oh yeah, it's night and day. You know, there's so many question marks. You know, we had a new staff together too. You know, and so it's night and day. The expectations are completely different this year compared to last year's first game.
It's now been a full week since you named John Ray's Plumlee QB1. What's been the last week of practice been like now that the offense knows who's going to be the starter?
Yeah, I think anytime you name a starter, it feels different the next practice out there, and I think it's really helped our offensive guys, probably in our overall team, just who's going to lead us out there. And so the guys have responded very well to him, and he's had an extremely good week and a half practice since we named, and expect him to play well.
Coach, the importance of getting off on the right foot, getting the win, getting good stuff on tape that you can help evaluate and move forward and improve.
Yeah, oh, it's real important. I mean, it's like I said, we're playing a very confident team that has had a lot of success last year, and had most of the guys back, and they got a few guys who can flat out play. So, you know, we need to play good, clean football. We need to get off to a good start and you know, play well in all three phases.
Coach, last week it was reported that Brian Blackman was listed as the defendant in a federal lawsuit from something that happened at his old school. How is that being handled internally?
We're aware of it. I mean, Brian's a fantastic person, but we're aware of it. But I'm not going to comment more on that.
South Carolina State, what are some of the challenges that they present both offensively and defensively?
You know, defensively, you know, they've got a couple guys who can flat out play. You know, they had a corner drafted high in the draft last year, and I think they got some other guys that'll play at the next level too. You know, offensively they got a big old receiver, and they give him a lot of chances, and he made a lot of plays last year. But you know, like I said, they're a solid team. I mean, you turn on that Jackson State ball game, they played extremely hard, and they got after them and beat them convincingly, and most of those guys are back, staff's back and all that, so we know we're going to get their best shot.
You had the quarterback competition. Obviously, if you hadn't had it, if you had a definitive #1 starter going into camp, do you feel like right now you'd be pretty much as close as you would be under different circumstances?
You know, that's a great question. You know, I mean, when you got a quarterback battle, it's different. And then, you know, it's always been one of those things for me, being a former high school coach, that we build around our quarterback strengths. And so I think, you know, you'll see, you know, that moving forward. You know, this first game, I mean, we want to do what he's comfortable with, and so we'll go from there. But you could see us adjust and evolve as the season goes on.
What kind of impact do you think freshmen can have on this team?
You know, the thing about freshmen is when you recruit them, most of them are talented enough to help right off the bat. The hard thing about college football is the mental aspect for freshmen. You know, we practiced 23 practices already, hadn't even played a game. And just that mental, you know, everything that goes with it is a little bit different in high school. And so my experience is it takes some of them a little bit for the light to click on completely, where they can truly play and be the best version of them without having to think and all that. But we got a real talented group, and you'll see quite a few out there, you know, the first game. And, you know, I think that number could grow as the season goes on.
Kicker Daniel Obarski was up and down at times early last season. He rebounded well in that bowl game, made some kicks. What are your expectations for him coming back from that?
Yeah, expectations for him to be one of the best in our league. That's my expectations. He had a very good bowl game. He helped us win that game. You know, he's had a good fall camp. He's completely different than he was this time last year. You know, just everything that goes with it. We got a lot of confidence in him, and we expect him to play well.
At the top, you mentioned it's South Carolina State head coach Buddy Pugh. What's your relationship with him, and have you known him for a long time?
Yeah, I mean, I know who he is. You know, I think I've talked to him before. I mean, I got a lot of respect for him. I mean, he's a guy that everybody in college football knows and all that. And he's done a really good job, and so I'm real impressed. You turn on the film, his team's played extremely hard.
Coach, talk a little bit more about your return game. You've got O'Keefe and Richardson back there. You try to put your speediest guys out there.
Yeah, you know, any good special teams, you know, they have real return guys in the kickoff and the punt. So we're trying to really make an emphasis on that. Of course, last year, both those guys, kick returning was successful, and then punt returning, you know, we feel like we have guys that can do that same thing.
Obviously, the goal is to win this game. That's what the most important thing is. But if this matchup is elsewhere on the schedule, some folks might look at it as a bit of a trap game. But the fact that it is the opener, you don't have any worries about that, obviously getting the guys focused, right?
No, I mean, no, it's the first game, and like I said, our guys understand we're going to get their best, and so we need to play good football. So maybe if the middle of the season will be different, this is the first game. I expect our guys to come out ready.
A little bit of college football, week 0 this past weekend. I know you're busy here. Did you catch any games or turn on any TV?
No, didn't get a chance to really catch any games. I did, read some ESPN, articles on the phone. That's really about it. That good? Okay, thank you guys.
Thanks, Coach.